When we got the original announcement of the concept of the multiverse, starting with Doctor Strange being announced, and then of course hearing that we're going to be getting a TV series centered around WandaVision, which would contribute to the whole multiverse concept, they also announced that Loki would in fact also connect. Then sometime later, it was confirmed that Spider-Man would also connect. Then they were very quiet on Loki, and now they cast doubt on Loki connecting in any way. So I'm going to go out on a limb and say that originally, Loki was supposed to connect to the multiverse, because that's how it was announced, that it would. So that's factual. Now I think it would have contributed more than WandaVision, for example, but not as much as something else that they're still planning apparently, which they've talked about plenty about the multiverse expanding beyond just one Doctor Strange film, so it's still a wait and see approach. And my guess would be that, like the original announcement of Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2 and Inhumans and Captain Marvel between them, that when Spider-Man was added, they had to reshuffle everything and things got moved around out of order. I think that the same thing happened here. Those Sony negotiations brought Spider-Man into the MCU, made it a multiverse film, and something had to get a little bit of a sacrifice to not connect as much. I think Loki got that, and they decided to pull back on that and make Loki a more standalone MCU show that still contributes to his own multiverse, but doesn't connect to the bigger plot of something like Doctor Strange, for example. And originally, when it was stated that they would connect Loki, that was still when Scott Derrickson was attached to the project. Once he left is when they started to say that things might not connect, and then now it's just a straight up, not really, that's not something we're doing here, we're doing something else. Because when Entertainment Weekly recently asked him, he declined to talk about it. He would just say, it's its own thing, Loki's doing its own thing, yes, it's part of the bigger MCU, but he did not confirm if it's going to connect directly to the events of the upcoming Multiverse of Madness. Again, this makes me think it will connect in small ways, but not a direct Loki shows up in that film and now he's joining the trio, which sounds like that's what originally was going to happen. That you would have both of these shows, Loki and WandaVision, both set up an ending where they both show up in Doctor Strange 2. It's no longer the case, for better or for worse. I think by the time we get to Loki, by the time it's done, we'll go, it's probably for the better, but I guess it's wait and see.